Welcome to Mo and the iconic Mo train station.
Bruce, it's Moe?
That's what I said. Mo.
No, it's Moe, like snowy, but with an M.
Snowy is spelled S-N-O-W-Y. Mo is spelled M-O-E. Completely different.
Yes, but they say Moe.
Then why isn't it spelled M-O-E-E? Is the E playing hard to get?
Because it's not phonetics, it's Moe. It's just how we say it here.
Do they say toey or shoey or hoey? All those words end in O-E.
No, they don't say Toey or any of that. It's just that the town's name is pronounced Moe.
Well, in most English-speaking countries, and I'm pretty sure this is one, when the word ends in E, like Mo, M-O-E, the E is silent. It's called a magic E, and it makes the vowel say its name.
What? The letter has its own name?
Yes, M-O-E, Mo, long O, O. The E is invisible, powerful, like an overpaid consultant.
So what you're saying is the E is there, but it's not really there.
Yeah, now you've got it. Now if you let me start again. Hello and welcome to Mo.
Hold on, wait. For the rest of the world, the E might be silent, but here the town is called Moe.
So you're telling me this town is named after a 3-letter word, but you're using 4 syllables worth of emotional commitment?
It's not emotional, it's cultural.
Oh, sure. Next you're going to tell me Trey Ralgan is pronounced Teralgan.
Actually, that's a little complicated too.
I knew it. The whole region is a linguistics traps. Viewers, beware. The letters lie.
Look, I live here. It's Moe. We say the E. We gave it a voice.
Linguistically reckless.
What do you mean reckless?
You could rip a hole in the space-time continuum.
Now you're being ridiculous.
Did I say holy or spacey? That would be ridiculous. Just like saying Moe instead of Mo.
Bruce, it's Moe. That's the way it is.
That's not an argument. That's verbal shruggery.
Okay, fine. It's history, local tradition.
I've checked. No official naming convention confirms that.
Well, it's the community. The people here. They say it like that.
So mob mentality is your proof?
No, it's just the people here, they say it like that.
People say espresso too. Doesn't make it correct.
But it's different. It's got character, heart. It's the vibe of it.
The vibe? Tell him he's dreaming.
You're dreaming, Bruce.
The vibe, huh?
Yeah.
You know that's not an argument. That's just a stubborn regional denial.
It's not denial. There's a different vibe here.
Viewers, I started correcting a vowel and found a whole culture instead.
There's lots to discover here, Bruce. It's pretty wonderful.
Sounds like it might be more than you imagined. Please elaborate on the vibe using concrete language and consistent vowel logic.
Well, it sounds like when you grow up here. Like, you don't just hear Moe, you feel it. It rolls differently. It means something.
So your argument is emotional resonance over phonetic structure?
Yes.
Flimsy.
You're flimsy.
That's deflection, not evidence.
It's the way the name hits the air, Bruce. It doesn't just say where you are, it says who you are. It says, Moe, you're not just naming a town, you're joining a family.
That's poetic. Completely unsupported by linguistic science, but poetic. And still wrong.
You know what, Bruce? You're right. On paper, the E probably shouldn't be there. It doesn't follow the rules, it makes things awkward, it causes arguments on the internet, but you know what it does?
Break the space-time continuum?
What? No, it makes the place different. That E, it's not just a sound, it's a stand. It's not there because it needs to be, it's there because we want it to be.
So it's a deliberate regional anomaly. I can hear the fabric of space ripping apart as we speak.
What is it with you and the space-time continuum? You've watched too much Doctor Who.
I've watched too much. Viewers, looks like he's lost the plot if he thinks I can turn on a TV.
Bruce, the E is a badge. That E is a little signal, a quiet one, that says we do things our way here. That we've got roots. That we're not trying to be somewhere else or sound like someone else. It says, this is Moe.
That's oddly moving.
People say that regional towns are fading, but here, the E says otherwise. It says, we're still here. Still us, still Moe.
That carries a lot of weight for one letter to carry.
Yeah, but it's our letter. That E is a reminder that you don't have to follow every rule to matter.
But if we start just letting towns pronounce random letters for no reason, the whole linguistic system collapses. Next thing you know, we'll be spelling knife with an N.
Pretty sure we already do that.
That's a historical irregularity.
So is Moe, and maybe that's the point. Maybe Moe isn't meant to make sense. Maybe it's meant to make you pay attention.
You think confusing outsiders is a tourism strategy?
If it means they stop and ask, then yeah, maybe the E works better than a billboard.
Still, should be silent though.
And yet it's not.
But rules are meant to create consistency.
And exceptions are meant to make things interesting.
Exceptions are just anomalies, leftovers from a broken system.
Or reminders that not everything has to be efficient to be meaningful.
You're telling me that Moe is an exception?
Yep,
A 3-letter grammatical rebellion?
with great bakeries.
Oh, I love a good croissant.
Well, Bruce, you can keep reading your rulebook, or you can walk through the streets and feel why the E matters.
What if I feel nothing?
Then you're probably a small little plastic man with no nervous system.
Well, aren't we a clever, dangly thing?
Hey, keep it PG.
Still, I suppose some things don't need rules. They just need roots.
Exactly.
Very well. I shall honour the vibe of it. Moe it is.
Thank you.
Until proven otherwise in regional vowel court.
I think I'm going to ban you from Boston Legal as well.
I know your little secret, Mr. I identify with Denny Crane.
Hey, let's move on.
Yeah, sure. Back to the introduction. Hello and welcome to Moe and the wonderful view of the Moe train station.
That's better. The locals will be very happy.
Still feels grammatically criminal.
Rules are there to be challenged, Bruce, even by little plastic men.
You're the one talking to a little plastic man.
I am. Want to come and get a coffee in Moe?
Only if I can mispronounce it on the way there.
I give up.
Moe problems, Moe solutions.
Oh, by the way, your mustache is crooked.
You drew it. Seriously, you know I'm just a little plastic man, right?